Once upon a time in the quaint little village of Purrington, there lived a cat named Sir Pawsalot. Unlike other cats, Sir Pawsalot wasn't interested in chasing mice or napping under the sun all day. Instead, he dreamed of becoming a brave knight. The townsfolk laughed at the idea. A knight cat? Impossible, they would say. But Sir Pawsalot was determined to prove them wrong. Every day, Sir Pawsalot trained. He practiced jumping over fences as if they were castle walls, honed his hunting skills as if he were facing fierce dragons, and polished a shiny pot lid to use as a shield. Though his armor was made of old tin scraps, and his sword was a sharpened stick, his heart was filled with bravery. One bright morning, news swept through Purrington. Like a gust of wind, a terrible creature, the shadow fox, had moved into the nearby forest. The fox was said to be sly and cunning, stealing food and scaring the villagers whenever they ventured near. "Someone must deal with this menace," cried Mayor Tabby, but no one dared to step forward. Sir Pawsalot saw his chance. "I'll take care of the shadow fox," he declared, standing tall despite his small size. The villagers gasped and murmured among themselves. You're just a cat," scoffed old Farmer Claw. "What can you do against such a dangerous foe?" But Sir Pawsalot wasn't deterred. "Being small doesn't mean I can't be brave," he replied. "And kindness is the sharpest weapon of all." Armed with his stick, sword, pot-lid shield, and a bag of fresh fish as an offering, Sir Pawsalot ventured into the forest. The woods were dark and eerie, with shadows twisting like ghostly tendrils. The little knight's heart raced, but he pressed on, remembering his promise to the villagers. Finally, he reached the shadow fox's lair, a den tucked beneath the roots of a massive oak tree. The fox emerged, her eyes gleaming like amber in the dim light. She was as sleek and intimidating as the stories described. "Who dares to enter my forest?" she growled. "I am Sir Pawsalot, the night cat," he replied, his voice steady despite his fear. "I've come to ask you to stop troubling the villagers." The shadow fox bared her teeth in a sly grin. "And why should I? They've never cared for the forest. They take what they need and leave the rest in ruin." Sir Pawsalot paused. He hadn't considered the fox's side of the story. "That may be true," he said thoughtfully, "but causing harm doesn't solve the problem. Perhaps we can find a better way." The fox raised an eyebrow. "And what would that be, little knight?" Sir Pawsalot opened his bag and laid the fresh fish before her. "If the villagers share their food and respect the forest, will you agree to live in peace?" The shadow fox sniffed the fish and tilted her head. "You'd offer kindness, even to me?" "Kindness is for everyone," said Sir Pawsalot, "even those we fear." The fox considered this. Her gaze softened, and she nodded. "Very well, Night Cat, I accept your offer, but only if the villagers keep their promise." Sir Pawsalot returned to Purrington with the news. At first, the villagers were skeptical, but the little knight's courage and fairness inspired them. They agreed to share food with the shadow fox and vowed to care for the forest. True to her word, the fox stopped troubling the village, and a bond of mutual respect grew between them. From that day on, Sir Pawsalot was no longer just a dreamer. He was celebrated as Purrington's first knight, a cat who proved that bravery isn't about size but about heart, and that kindness can tame even the fiercest foes. As Sir Pawsalot settled into his well-earned rest, he often reminded the young kittens who came to hear his stories, always face challenges with courage and offer kindness wherever you can, for that is the true mark of a knight. And so the village of Purrington thrived, a testament to the power of understanding, bravery, and kindness.